Hey guys, I'm Tiffany H. Welcome back. All right, you ready for some more Mandela Effects? All right, here comes a few more. This one actually pretty much obsessed me because this is one of my favorite movies. And there are a lot of Disney Mandela Effects. I mean, maybe even I might be able to go as far as to say literally every single Disney movie that we know, prior to 2019 or maybe even like 2000. I don't know. The ones that we grew up on, okay? Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, all those major ones. Aladdin. Lots of Mandela Effects revolve around Disney movies. And so do lots of other interesting things in life revolve around Disneyland, Disney World, and Walt Disney in general, and Mickey Mouse. But that's for another channel and another conversation. So here we go. When the queen in Snow White looks into the mirror, what does she say? Doesn't she say something like, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" Do you remember that? I do. Why do we say it? If we don't remember it, where did we get that from? What, do we just all wake up? A large group of people having shared false memories of actual, true, factual, historical events that actually did take place, or not, or we're time traveling, or we're in an alternate parallel reality universe, whichever version we're in. All right, this is the one and only Mandela Effect I've ever seen that I can prove 3 ways. Mirror, mirror, and magic mirror, and then a combination, probably because it was translated. Despite the fact that everybody basically says it said mirror, mirror on the wall. All right, now this is where it gets a little tricky. So, magic mirror on the wall. And no, I'm not kidding. And yes, YouTube it. You know what? I've gone so far, and again, this is why it gets called a conspiracy theory a lot, or maybe I might even get coined a conspiracy theorist for talking about this, is because even I'm saying that, when I found out about the Skechers one, for example, Skechers, Sketchers, Skechers. I swear to God, they were Skechers, like Sketchers. Nope. No such thing as Skechers. 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 So I asked one of my kids, I said, go into your room and grab your Skechers, please, and read me what they say. He was at his grandma's house. So, can you please read me what the box says? He said Skechers. I was like, okay, can you please spell that? And he spelled it Skechers. I'm like, no. What? Nah. That was like the day I found out. That was one of the ones that ruined, people say ruined my childhood, but y'all, this is ruining my adulthood, okay? You're taking away everything I've ever known to be true and telling me that I'm either time traveling from the past into 2019, 2020. So obviously I would have memories of, Fruit Loops, UI, or Skechers, or the Berenstein Bears, and then on top of all of those things, Snow White, yeah, magic mirror on the wall. Mirror, mirror on the wall, you are a Mandela Effect. Drop me a comment, because again, the object of this channel is not just to be interactive and have fun and learn, and it's also a chance to get to build and grow a community, whether you believe or not. It also makes me want to throw my computer across the room. I'm not kidding. And my TV, I look at my remote and I'm like, I don't want to turn it on because what am I going to see next? What are y'all people going to take away from me next? You've taken Skechers, you've taken Fruit Loops, you've taken Forrest Gump, you've taken Life is Like a Box of Chocolates, you've taken, The Wicked Witch of the West, you've taken now Snow White, and I could probably name 100 more off the top of my head. So let's go down a few more of those that have been taken from my life and told me that, nope, that's Mandela Effect. And then I want you to please comment. I'm not trying to create a division here. The object of this channel is to go, did you remember it this way, or did you remember it this way? Do you have some cool Mandela effects, or which ones bothered you the most? And then use this channel for the community that I have set it up to become, and join us.
This is a community platform where you can make and drop videos or
request them of me, and I will literally research the crap out of them and get just, like this look on my face because I'm seriously like irritated by some of these because I'm so strongly like no. And if my no is so strong, why is whoever doing it, if it's a conspiracy theorist, think of it from that aspect for just a moment. If I'm a conspiracy theorist and this is just a conspiracy, or somebody's playing some sick joke on me and, I don't know, maybe half of the world, really, honestly, why would you go back in and bother to change every movie line and not the box? Every time you watch Forrest Gump, life was like a box of chocolates. It never was is. Fact. Life is the Mandela Effect, even though the box says it. Anywhere you watch the movie, life was like a box of chocolates. So the conspiracy piece, I can see why people would want to call me a conspiracy theorist for saying like, well, they've changed every book, they've changed like every box of Skechers, every, shoebox, every symbol, right on down to the Kit Kat symbol. Kit Kat's another great example. Kit Kat, KIT-KAT, Kit Kat, right? Nope, never had a dash. I'll drop a picture. Kit Kat, KIT-KAT, no dash. Jiffy peanut butter. Never happened. Jif. So, who changed all the peanut butter? I know that sounds
like an asinine question.
And yeah, it's kind of funny. And I guess
maybe I'm coming to terms with it, but oh my God.
It's everything. It's ruining like everything that I thought I knew. It's making me question my own memories at this point, because some of them I can see how I could have easily misconstrued a letter or two letters, or A versus the, or EI versus AI. So it's just a letter or a number. But when we get down to the quotes, man, those ones really get to me.
So keeping in mind translations and also the fact that the audio was pretty bad.
All the peanut butter from Jiffy to Jif and took out all the dashes in the Kit Kat bars. Stop it, please. It's really frustrating.
All right, next up.
How well do you know colors? Okay, so there's this color called, and I kind of vaguely remember this, for some reason, Beetlejuice comes to mind. There's a color, it's called chartreuse, right? And so if you know that color, you'll know that back in the 90s, whenever we were painting something, our parents were painting something, it would have to be like a very specific color of paint. It's not like today where you're just like, I want to mix this and this and this and this, make up my own color and call it the magical... Oh God, I'm going to have to tell you about the Skittles one next. Yeah, Skittles. That magical rainbow thing never happened. Mandela Effect. So, back to the paint. Chartreuse was a very popular color to paint a room or whatever. You could wear it as clothing. So, what color or what shade of color or what kind of color is, chartreuse? Well, I remember it to be sort of a pinkish, reddish, rose-ish color, and so do a lot of other people. So this is where I'd like to take a vote. To you, is chartreuse, is it a pinkish, reddish shade of any type, or is it a puke green color? These guys over here who think it's a pinkish, reddish color, nope. That's a Mandela Effect. You have been lied to. I don't like it any more than you do. Puke green? Why? I mean, I can understand neon green, given Nickelodeon and the 90s and slime. Like, that would make complete sense. And to me, I could probably justify that to myself and to you by saying, okay, well, maybe we were mixing it up with Nickelodeon's green slime. There's no comparison. Not even the Grinch. All right, Febreze. You spray it. Room smells good, right? Febreze scents, you can plug them in. They've got little wax warmer melt things. Febreze. Back in my time, wherever I come from, Now that I'm in your reality here in 2019, 2020.
Spelled very differently than Febreze wherever it is that I come from.
I have a thing called Febreze. Febreze. You guys here in 2019, you Mandela Effect me. It's actually Febreze. I don't want to know why that rhymes. I don't know why you would take away the E. Febreze, like a breeze of fresh air. Smells good. It's a refreshing breeze. Breeze. Nope. We've been duped. Febreze with 2 E's. Febreze with 1 E. Drop it. Let me know which side you're on. So again, I can try to get a number of some sort. All right, let's move on to Curious George. Do you guys remember that little monkey named Curious George? I think the book was yellow, and it's a cartoon that I guess I kind of grew up on it or watching it. So he's a monkey. Do you remember him having a tail or not? Do monkeys have tails? Again, you're going to think that I am asking seemingly that I'm either joking or that maybe I'm asking a rhetorical question or I'm just being silly. But no, I'm serious. I'm really, really serious.
Have you ever seen a monkey without a tail? Do all monkeys
have tails? Apparently, this specific monkey, Curious George,
does not anymore.
I don't like division, I like unity, I like harmony. But unfortunately, there's 2 possibilities. Either he had a tail or he didn't. So drop it. Did he have a tail or did he have no tail? And if he had no tail, do other monkeys have no tails? Is there such a thing as a monkey that has no tail? Anywhere ever.
Tails? Is there such a thing as a monkey that has no tail? Anywhere ever. Or no monkeys have tails.
In my reality, Curious George had a tail. Now he's tailless. And I just read you a quote. Now he is a tailless monkey. So I guess that means I'm the one who's time traveling. I guess I'm from the past and I'm in your 2019, 2020 world, and I can watch the same Curious George as you right now, and in this time on this earth right now, we're both going to see a monkey with no tail called Curious George. And I'm still going to swear up and down he had a tail. Yes,
he did. No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
And like I've said, and probably since the first video, those of us that feel strongly about the Mandela effects and how much it's effects, EFFECTS, how much those effects affect AFFECT us. It's infuriating. It is like bonkers. Anyway, we'll fight you on it.
Yeah, no, he had a tail. No, Tiff, he never had a tail. Yes, he did.
But those of you who say no, he didn't, you won't fight me on it. You don't fight
or argue with anyone ever because we are 100% sure that our memory is correct.
And the reason is because that's all you've ever known it to be. That's your memory. I can't say that your memory is wrong, and I can't say that my memory is correct. So why is there a division? Let's just assume that this number that I'm after is take the whole world and just split it in half. Let's say half of the whole wide world believes that Curious George has a tail, or at least had a tail, whether it was changed or modified or whatever. And then let's say that the other half of the world is like, no, I grew up on the same Curious George that you grew up on. I'm the same age as you. I live wherever. And he's never had a tail. End of story. That is the Mandela Effect at its finest. All right. Oh boy. This one's old school. I can't say this is a straight face, and yes, I'm immature. Fine, whatever. I'm going to do it anyway. There was this thing called Oscar Mayer wieners, which are hot dogs. So back in the day, there was this commercial, and yeah, I'm going to see it. I'm going to do it. My baloney had a first name, it's Oscar. My baloney had a second name, it's Mayer. Or was it? Well, those of us who know that song, that catchy little tune, the reason why we remember it is because it's a catchy little tune. It's a lot like binaural beats like that. It kind of gets into your subconscious and then it becomes like, I say this a lot. I haven't said it on this channel yet, but I'm going to give you a little dose of kind of what an awakening is about and kind of how you get there. The thing about waking up is like literally waking up to realize that you live in a matrix that's like completely screwed up and little glitches happen. What chaos theory, theory of relativity, all of these scientific tests that were done that created these theories cannot ever be reproduced. That is not Mandela Effect. You cannot reproduce
any type or kind of past scientific experiments because the variables have changed.
Chaos theory, butterfly effect, theory of relativity, Mandela effect. You cannot reproduce an experiment that was done then because there are too many variables. The variables have changed. So it's just like trying to predict the weather for next week. You cannot literally predict the weather for next week because you would have to have the same initial conditions today and tomorrow, which means that you'd have to see into the future to know that you were going to have the literally exact same initial conditions without any variables. No natural disasters, no fires, no butterfly flapping its wings, and no tsunamis, and nothing can change. There cannot be one variable. There is not 1 second of our lives ever where there isn't another variable. Ever. That's why I always say live in the now. Live in the now, because you only get this now, right here, right now. So whether Curious George had a tail or not, I'm still like pissed off about it right now, but that's not one of the ones that gets to me like that bad. And Oscar Mayer wieners, yes, I laugh about that, and yes, I'm immature for that, but no, it was Meyer. So, Oscar Mayer, Oscar Mayer, you have been duped. That's a Mandela effect. It never existed. I can't say facts, but I can say I'm affected by it. I am personally affected by that Mandela effect. All right, here we go. Man, this one kills me. All right, I'm going to just like try to stay calm with this one because this one kills me. How many states do we have in the United States of America? Seems like a simple question. I bet you think I'm like asking a rhetorical question or I'm being a smartass or joking or something, but I'm not. I am dead serious. How many states are in the United States of America? 51, 49, 50, 52. This is one of the rare Mandela effects that has more than 4 answers. The answers are either 49, 50, 51, or 52 states in the nation, in the United States of America.
Okay, now remember, not only does it have to be a large group of people that all believe the same exact thing, but they are always associated with something such as a jingle or a song, something they so vividly remember. So it's known by association, ingrained into our brains on a subconscious level. So of course we're confused later on in life when we find out the quote-unquote truth.
Are there 49 states, 50 states, 51, or 52? Please drop the answer down below so I can gauge a number of how many people know how many states we have. The fact that I can't even look up, like, okay, what? I don't even understand, but okay. So there are 50 states in the United States of America. 51, 52, and 49, you are wrong. You have been duped. That is a Mandela effect. So I guess I just took back what I said about not having 4 examples, but at the same time, this is a big one. So the fact that it has 4 separate answers, that's 4 sets of variables that this Mandela effect can affect. See? So drop your answer down below. How many states did you think we had before? I just told you that we have
so many people strongly believing that we have 49, 50, 51, or 52 states. But the correct answer is 50.
I don't totally understand this one. It's always been made excessively clear to me that there are 50 states in the United States of America. However, I've heard that a huge example of the Mandela effect is that a lot of people apparently think that there are 49, 51, and even 52 states in the nation. Man. Okay, that one just kind of messed me up a little. The answer is
50 states.
And honestly, this is one of the ones that makes me question my own memories because I have a hard time remembering if it was 50, 51. All right, a couple more. Yep, we've done Fruit Loops. We've done Hello, Clarice. Oh, God. Here we go with this crap. Daylight savings time. Come on. This is crap. This is one of the ones that's going to make me throw something across the room. Every year. Twice a year. Daylight savings. Spring forward, fall back. It's probably fixing to fall back deeper down into that rabbit hole here pretty soon when daylight savings time doesn't happen because there's no such thing as daylight savings time. Say what? What do you mean there's no such thing as daylight savings time? So, do you believe that there's daylight savings time? Ever heard of that? Exactly how I said it. Daylight savings time. Drop the answer. Or have you always known it to be daylight saving time? Drop the answer. Why would daylight be saving time? Huh? So you see how it messes with your head? Like maybe it's not messing with your head because you're not like personally affected by these Mandela effects. But I am, and as you probably are starting to see, I've told you in one of my other videos that I am a slider or an electric person. Look it up, SLIDER, but you have to say it like slider phenomenon, because if you type in slider, it's going to bring up RES, or red-eared slider, which is an aquatic turtle. Not the same thing. An electric person, a magnetic person, energy. We affect energy. Our electromagnetic field and our frequency and our radiation, whatever level we, operate on, if you get us upset enough, things start to flash and flicker and blink and burst and glass breaks and light bulbs burn out and zzz, like electricity. We get it out of our cars, the car won't start, the blinker won't stop. Oh my God. I've had my car go haywire so many times. You go through phones that die in 10 seconds on the day that you get them. Watches, nope, nothing battery operated. You replace batteries and remotes literally every day. Every single day on my Fire Stick. Fact. And so if you're seeing that me getting upset about this daylight saving time, when you see orbs in this video or you see lights flickering and stuff, I'm right here, my hands are right here, and I'm even going to back up a minute and not touch a thing so that you can see the effect of when I get upset enough about something, maybe we will finally catch some slider paranormal evidence on video. Nobody has had any success capturing any kind of proof of this yet. And slider stands for street lamp interference, and then DIR. So it started out like a coincidence. So like every time I walk underneath of a street lamp, it would kind of like zzz and burn out, and people try to capture it on camera. And ask anyone at all who's ever just tried to contact me, talk to me, said my name, tried to text me, anything. They can't get through. My phone never rang and they can't get through. And we hear like other conversations going on in the phone, or we can't hear each other at all. Like, electronics do not work around me. End of story. I live in I guess I could call it a smart device enabled house. Basically everything in my house is smart. You just heard me say that I did not. I know you saw that flash. I told you. And my hands are right here. I'm not touching anything. So my devices are smart, and so they talk to each other, they communicate with each other, they record it, and they send it to, you know, people who keep track of your every move. All right, Mona Lisa. This one doesn't actually bother me that much, so I wouldn't expect any light bulbs to blow out on this one. Do y'all remember, and I think I understand this one. Do you remember the painting Mona Lisa, right? Do you remember having a very serious face, like a straight face? Or do you remember her smiling? So, Group A, drop a comment if you remember her having a straight, like, look on her face. And then Group B, do you remember her kind of... Drop the answer. Yeah, no, she smiled. The reason why I think I can understand where that one might fall into that first set of, you know, this is what we think the Mandela Effect is, or why it's happening, the first, you know, example of what it could be is because there's a movie called Mona Lisa Smile. Common sense. So, of course, we could be confusing that with Mona Lisa smiling, but if you look at any picture of Mona Lisa right here now in this time in 2019, and probably every day from this day forward, either A, I'm a conspiracy theorist who thinks that somebody went behind and changed every single picture of Mona Lisa ever, and that she never smiled, or B, she always smiled, or smirked anyways. She didn't smirk ever in my world. Now, maybe I'm from another planet and I'm here visiting your world where Mona Lisa smiles, but I don't know what she's smiling about if we live in this world. Sidebar. All right, Interview with the Vampire. Popular movie, Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise. It was never called Interview with a Vampire. It was always called Interview with the Vampire, which makes no sense. So do you see how it kind of like affects me in the way that it does? Because it doesn't make sense. Why would daylight saving time happen? How are you saving time by having daylight? I'm not kidding. I know it sounds stupid, and I really don't care what y'all think if I sound stupid. I'm just playing it out from I like to look at everything from, like, here's the box, and here's whatever's in the box, and I kind of take a step back and look at everything from this perspective outside the box, looking into the box, and then analyzing it from every single level, angle, and probably even realm, dimension, universe, whatever I analyze it from. I'm going to analyze it from every single angle. It doesn't make sense for daylight to be saving time because it doesn't save you any time. Do you get to work faster because daylight saved time? No. Bet you lost an hour though. Spring forward. Didn't you just lose an hour? Daylight was saving time and you lost an hour. See, my questions aren't as stupid as they may seem to just somebody who's like, oh my God, this girl is just really stupid. No. Interview with the Vampire. I've said this one already. I say it, Interview with the Vampire, but I'm saying A and the at the same time. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't have any recollection whatsoever if it was with A or the vampire. But all I know is we're not talking about one vampire. So Interview with the Vampire, that does make sense. It totally makes sense. Because Christian Slater is conducting an interview and he interviews Brad Pitt. So that's the interview that he has with the vampire. I'll give you that. Interview with a vampire. And then you're hearing me say, like, literally a combination of a and the, like it's a word. And I don't know where I'm getting it from, and it doesn't matter. I'm agreeing with this one. I won't fight you. It doesn't bother me. I won't fight you on Interview with the Vampire, because I literally call it Interview with the Vampire. And it's literally saying a and the. Okay, let me try this in slow motion. So let's see if this works. Interview with the Vampire. See, like, Interview with the See? All right, Interview with the Vampire, you're the winner. Everyone else, nope, you've been duped. Mandela Effect. Mongolia. Mongolia is way larger in size on the maps now than anyone ever remembers it being. This includes maps from the past as well. Now, when we go on about cities, states, countries, nations, places on maps specifically, they usually cause a lot of controversy, because if you want to come at it from a conspiracy theorist angle, and if there's like no scientific proof about the Mandela effect being a thing, is that proof? I don't know. Could it be? Sure. It's variable. Anything that could be, can be, and probably is or will be. Anything can happen. Literally anything. So conspiracy theorists would go like, yeah, who went behind us and changed every map in the whole wide world? But yeah, nope, Mongolia. So it's basically like double the size that anyone ever remembers it being on a map. Now, I personally, that doesn't bother me. I, again, didn't really do geography or history. Like, I really didn't care either way. But the New Zealand, Australia one really messes with my head. Australia is above New Zealand, and I specifically remember it being below New Zealand, sort of like southwest of New Zealand. And now it's sort of northeast of New Zealand. For real. All right. Oh, God. This one's... Dilemma. Do you know what a dilemma is? A dilemma is what we're having right now. We are having a moment, and we have a dilemma in front of us right now. The dilemma is, how do you spell the word dilemma? Now, see, I was the type of person at a very young age, like I've said 100 times, I like learning in my own way, the things I like to learn about specifically. I'm very, very, very passionate about. One of those things was grammar and or spelling. So I would enter spelling contests or spelling bees. And if you don't know what that is, and I just threw a Mandela effect that hasn't even been uncovered yet, well, then there's another one probably, because sometimes I feel like everything that comes out of my mouth becomes a Mandela effect within like 30 minutes of me saying it. Or maybe, like I said, as I'm elevating and raising my vibration and kind of meditating and kind of adjusting to it and being like, yeah, all right, cool, I can accept that, you know, excuse me. And other times it's so infuriating that I'm like, nah. Dilemma. Man. D-I-L-E-M-N-A. Group A. D-I-L-E-M-N-A. Dilemma. I know it doesn't sound right. Drop a comment. Group B. D-I-L-E-M-M-A. Dilemma. D-I-L-E-M-M-A. It doesn't... Dilemma. D-I-L-E-M-N-A. It was specifically pounded into our heads that the N was silent. We were taught this in educational institutions. And y'all wonder why I always fight institutions, specifically educational institutions, but really any system or any institution, because it's just a bunch of crap that isn't true. And they're like, oh, well, you have to learn it and you have to do this and you have to do that and you're going to need it later in life. Really? So you are telling me that whatever teacher ingrained it in my freaking head, and spelling bees and whatever test that I had to spell this word on, it was literally almost basically beaten into my head. Dilemma, D-I-L-E-M-N-A, and the N was silent. So if you see what I just did right there, it's a little thing that I do when I need to remember someone's name. A little trick. Repetition. You do something for 15 to 28 times, it becomes a habit. So dilemma with an N must have been ingrained in my head at least 15 times. Along with that comes the tail end. The N is silent. Dilemma, the N is silent. See, that's a thing. That's a thing. It's like when you meet somebody and they say, hi, I'm Adam, and the trick is repetition. So you say their name back like 4 times, or you compare it to something. So guy comes up and says, "Hi, my name is Adam." I'm like, "Hey, I'm Tiffany. What's up, Adam? How are you doing, Adam? I like your shirt, Adam. Oh, your eyes are great, Adam. Hey, Adam, what's that over there? Oh, hey, Adam, do you know about the Mandela Effect? See what I just did there? 15 to 28 times, and you will never forget another name again." And I am the worst at names. But also same thing with any new habit that you want to learn. Just repetition. Another little key to the awakening process. Repetition, repetition, repetition. So maybe like I'm raising my vibration. Maybe nothing's like blowing up around me right now because maybe I'm like kind of coming to terms with the fact that it is what it is. It is the Mandela Effect. There isn't anything I can do about it, and I hate it. But then again, here comes another one. I was actually going to be cool with that for a minute. Gandhi. Y'all know who Gandhi is, right? Kind of famous. Lots of beautiful quotes. Gandhi, oh, beautiful. Humanitarian, wonderful. Not like I ever met him, or maybe I did in my past lives or life. I don't know. Who knows? But Gandhi. All right, guys, Group A. G-H-A-N-D-I. Drop it if that's how you spell Gandhi. Group B. Do you spell Gandhi G-A-N-D-H-I? So, G-H-A-N-D-I. And this one kills me because I can literally type in those exact letters in that order and get 1,000 quotes right now on Gandhi. And if you don't believe me, Google it. Type in Gandhi, G-H-A-N-D-I. It doesn't correct you yet. So the conspiracy theory part, like they haven't like screwed with my entire internet and changed every spelling of Gandhi everywhere in the whole wide world yet. If it were a conspiracy theory, which it is not, but if it were, they would have had to have changed it everywhere. Gandhi, with an H-A-N-D-I, you have been duped. That's Mandela Effect. It's never been Gandhi like that. It's always been, right here in this parallel universe, right now here in 2019, G-A-N-D-H-I. And it makes you wonder, when I get on Facebook and somebody quotes Gandhi, right, or something like that, are we both looking at the same quote and seeing Gandhi spelled two different ways? This one I've solved a little bit. I've solved it to like in 2019. If we were both in the grocery store and we were both in the same aisle and we were both after Fruit Loops, here in 2019, in this world, right here, right now, we would both see it Fruit Loops, F-R-O-O-T loops, period, end of the story. So whether I'm time traveling from the past and coming into the future, or whether this is the future, or maybe this is the past and that's the future, it doesn't even matter what the order is. The fact is, we both look at the same box of Fruit Loops and it's still spelled F-R-O-O-T loops. Gandhi, on the other hand, that's a problem. I need to know. I'm gonna write the word in, and I'm probably gonna go out of my way to do some extensive research on this one because that one actually is bothering me quite a bit. So if I read the same quote as you, say we're on Facebook, for example, and somebody quotes Gandhi, any quote, or just writes the word Gandhi, and you see it spelled G-H-A-N-D-I. Do you see it spelled that way too? Or do you guys in Group B actually see it spelled like Donder in the Christmas book that I was talking about, where I always thought it said Donner, and then like literally right in front of my eyes, I took a closer look and it literally said Donder was what, the 8th reindeer? Like the second to last reindeer's name was never, there was no Donner, it was Donder. Okay, whatever. But so upon closer look, it did say Donder. So is Gandhi like that? If I see Gandhi and you see Gandhi, man, I want to run a test on this one. I wonder if we look at the same word at the same time, if we see it spelled differently or if it changes for one of our sets of eyes. That's actually a very interesting experiment I'd like to try. Probably same thing with dilemma. That one's just whatever. All right, last one on this one. Star Wars. I don't even watch Star Wars and I know this one. Darth Vader says, Luke, I am your father, right? Group A. Luke, I am your father. Group B. No, I am your father. Group A, Luke, son, I am your father. I've never seen Star Wars, but I can guarantee you that a statement like that, Luke, yes, honey, I am your father. Okay, cool, thanks, Dad. Okay, so that's a statement deriving from probably lots of series of events that happened for him to discover who his father was. And I've never seen Star Wars. I'm probably not even that far off on this. So even I know it said, Luke, I am your father. Was it a question? I don't know. If it was a question, then the other one makes sense, where he says, no, I am your father. No, I am your father. Was there a question? Did anybody say, are you my father? No, I am your father. Did Luke say something to Darth Vader like, are you my brother? And then Darth Vader was like, no, I am your father. Or was there some other scenario, Group A, where Darth Vader literally said, Luke, I am your father. Yep, I'm the thing you've been looking for, dude. I'm your father. Drop the comments, Group A, Group B. Which one is correct? How many of you believe which one? All right, I'll be back soon. Thanks, guys.
Pause the video, take the test, and see how strong your memory is. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. Please follow, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Please send me requests so I can make very specific videos for you. You already know I've got a biblical one I'm working on that should be out in the next 24 hours. So thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you guys again soon.